person at Warhorse Casino in Lincoln or Horseman's Park in Omaha, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Take your internet service to new levels with Allo, your award-winning internet provider across our fiber hoods. Allo isn't just about the fastest internet available. It's about connecting you to your world, work, and play seamlessly. Our award-winning service ensures affordable, secure, and reliable connectivity, setting us apart. Ready to transform your internet experience? Experience the fiber difference today. Sign up now at allofiber.com. Allo, connecting your world.
Are you in the market for a new garage door or need to repair your old one? It's wintertime, and that means snow, wind, and freezing temperatures, all things that can cause sticky locks and damage to your garage door. If you're experiencing any issues with your commercial or residential garage door during the winter months, call Cameron Hall and his team at Doors Plus. Don't be trapped outside in the cold because of a poorly maintained garage door. Call Doors Plus today at 402-590-5800 or visit them online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations. Guess what?
What?
There's 5 Lincoln locations now. Oh my gosh. That's 25% more Lincoln locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11th. Located right alongside 93.7 The Ticket Studios, 1040 O Street.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Erick Strickland.
Strickland for 3! And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by NEBCO. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Welcome in to a Thursday show, a Thirsty Thursday show. Uncle Kev's back here in just a couple hours. But until then, Austin Norman and Erick Strickland with you. Stricky, let's keep the baseball discussion going here for just a couple minutes. And Starter Heyman text line. If you've got any thoughts, let us know. 402-464-5685. Here's my first question for you, Stricky. Baseball had a much better year last year in terms of viewership, engagement, interest, right? The new stolen base rules. You had some exciting young players pop on the scene. Obviously, the Shohei Ohtani situation as good as he was last year. Do you think baseball is able to keep that momentum from last year going into this season?
Well, you're the baseball super connoisseur. I'm going to throw it back at you.
I didn't play though.
But I'm going to say that it's with the new rule changes, with everything that has happened with that, you want to see a continuation of that, just making the games a little bit more, the pace a little bit more quicker. You want the games to be shorter. You want the rules as far as the rotations and not being, just the shift rules and you want those to be in play. You probably want to see a little bit more running. So you want to give the purists some of it, and then you want to give some of the new founders of the game, the new people that have come to the game, just a little bit something to speed that up. I turn to the Shohei Ohtani situation, who is arguably one of your best players, top probably 5 in the league.
Well, biggest name in the sport.
Well, definitely that. And then you're gonna have eyes on that. And then the question becomes, is that a situation to where the controversy brings more attention to the game, or does the controversy hurt the game more because of what's going on at that level, and then the outcome of it and how you're going to handle it? That's going to be a whole nother story. So there's a lot in it, but we don't know what the outcomes are going to be at this particular point. But you hope that it's able to keep it. And my thing is, we've been talking about how are we able to keep interest. I mean, so a lot of people at some point didn't like, and it kind of seems it's cyclical, where it kind of goes in circles in some ways. Meaning that in basketball, there was a period where defense was highly important, putting a team together and the way that they play together, but yes, defend. And usually those that did so would come out being champions, those at the higher levels of doing that. But the point numbers were down. So you saw shifts in that, and then analytics, and then you saw changes that now you're seeing games in the 140, 150. Now, my question then would be, do you like that? Like, is it good? Is it that basketball has gotten that better, or is it just that it's not as good anymore, and it's just kind of just a free for all, and everybody's friends, and everybody just, and so, but what I think it lacks is that competitive edge to it. Like, I can say, for example, when the Yankees and the Boston, the rivals that you had in the games,
Ortiz
right?
versus Jeter,
you know what
stuff
I'm saying?
like that.
Right? That was when it was probably at its peak, and it was just really, everybody was tuned in and seeing, and then you had the Maguire and Sammy Sosa, and those were when it was really fun to watch. But I don't know, man, it's just not there anymore. So what are they going to do, or what can they do to keep that, as you said, momentum going?
I don't think the Shohei Ohtani thing is going to make that much of a difference, because I think he was visible enough as it is, but I don't think it's such a big scandal that people are going to be driven away by it. Not like it was with the 1919, Black Sox potentially, or even Pete Rose, right? That situation's still in the news, every year. What Shohei didn't do, got duped into, isn't great. But I feel like, Strick, when you look at these international superstars, a lot of them fall into the you love him, you hate him category. I don't know many people that don't like Shohei Ohtani, right? Like the baby face, the fact he's a two-way player. Yeah, I'm sure, in another year or two, if he stays this good, people are going to get tired of him. But I think it helps his case, too, that he hasn't played for winning teams. Like, his popularity soared when he was playing with Team Japan, and he was with a winning team that won the World Baseball Classic. But instead, it's, oh my gosh, we can't take Shohei Ohtani for granted because he played with the Angels, who weren't making the playoffs. That's, man, Shohei is good. Mike Trout's letting him down because he's injured. I wonder if we start to see a bit of a villain turn, not because Shohei Ohtani is going to turn into a bad guy all of a sudden, but because I think Shohei Ohtani is going to start winning more with the Dodgers.
And there you go. I mean, that's one of the things that you would hope for, right? You hope that that's what it spurns. But then you got to ask the question, why is it always these big names, these big teams? Why can't it like be a Royals? Why does the top guys only go to certain places?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
No
then
salary
it continues
cap hurts.
it continues to put more cash in the coffer. So, I don't know. I'm just a guy that just likes watching every now and then.
Fair enough. We have Omaha Supernovas tickets to give away. They are in action tonight, so make sure you stick around here. DP and Coach Saunders on the call starting at 6 o'clock with pregame. Tickets to give away for Saturday. First person in on the comment section, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or Twitter, that tells me how many home runs Shohei Ohtani hit last year will get the 4 Omaha Supernovas tickets. 402, actually, comment section, not text line, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. We'll reach out and get you those tickets if you can tell us who or how many home runs Shohei Ohtani hit last year. He's Strick. I'm Austin. We should probably talk some Husker football. Spring practice has started. We haven't done that yet. We'll go over our biggest storylines for the Huskers on offense and defense as we continue hour 1 of On the Block. Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring a friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. Hurry.
This deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador online at prg-ne.com.
High schoolers, unleash your creativity and learn about potential careers in broadcasting at the Digital Expressions Media Camp. Have fun, make friends, and get hands-on experience with video and radio production June 9th through the 14th at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Scholarships are available from the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and spots are limited. Learn more at digitalexpressionscamp.com. That's digitalexpressionscamp.com.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Allo Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela. They let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit allofiber.com to switch today.
Introducing The Outlet by Sartor Heyman. The Outlet brings you luxurious Sartor Heyman quality jewelry at unbeatable prices. Shop our expansive inventory of overstocked merchandise and a vast estate collection that just hasn't found its home yet. This is your chance to own stunning designer jewelry at a fraction of the cost. Elevate your style at The Outlet by Sartor Heyman, where luxury and affordability meet. Downtown at 12th and O or online at sartorheyman.com.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies to go along with mild temperatures. See an afternoon high around 68. Tonight, partly cloudy skies expected with an overnight low around 44. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny skies and more mild temperatures with an afternoon high again around 68. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
(402-464-5685). We want your thoughts on the biggest Husker storyline this spring. I'm Austin Norman, joined by Erick Strickland. Stricky, I know you're a defense guy. Do you want to start defense for the Huskers? Or do you want to start offense? What are you feeling?
I think defense, because I like that.
Okay. For me, when I look at the Husker defense, the biggest question is middle linebacker. You lose Henrich, you lose Reimer, you have John Bullock back, who played a role. You get Stephon Thompson, who transfers in from Syracuse, but Matt Rule said today, I believe, that it's taken a while for him to adjust. He's got to get up to speed. Outside linebackers seem fine. That jack position, especially, I think Nebraska has bodies to throw the problem there. I know Henrich and Reimer were banged up from time to time. They weren't on the field, but those were program stalwarts, guys that had been around, that played a lot of snaps, and they were tackling machines, right? Bullock came in and played better, and I thought he was going to last year. But for me, Strick, I feel like the defensive line is pretty settled. Defensive backfield has done a pretty good job of handling some turnover. To me, that not so much the jack position, but the middle linebacker, those two middle linebackers in the 4-2-5, that to me is the biggest question mark on defense.
Oh, I understand where you're coming from as far as that perspective, but with the additions of what's coming in, especially with West Coast style, and then obviously the way that Ohio State and some of the others play. I understand that point, but I also want to say that secondary is, I think it's lost. Obviously Newsom's gone.
Omar Brown.
Yeah. So some of those core guys that actually played pretty well. Now you're going to need guys to step up. Herzog and those type of guys. You're going to need to step up and go to another level. You're going to have to need some youth. So I'm a little bit worried about that. I mean, you still got to face Colorado next year, who destroyed you as far as that was concerned, especially in the secondary.
Well, we'll see if Deion wants Shedeur to come to Lincoln or not.
Oh, there you go. It's cold, but it won't be during that time. Then for me, that's 1A. And then 1B to me is still in the trenches. I was impressed. I want to see the depth increase. You see what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
I would say they held their own. I'll say where the problem persisted for me is injury, especially at the end position, or whatever they would say, the tackle position, or the end linebacker, just whatever it is. Then the that depth is what hurt, I think, because as the offense wasn't able to get moving or get going, it's just continuously you had to get out there and get the job done. And I'm impressed that they were able to do it. But I think the depth is needed and necessary, that there's not a drop-off. Like when guys in that tackle, that nose position, when they have to go out for a period, whoever comes in, it should be no drop-off. I want that.
And especially if you can have some of those guys come in for, some less important snaps. So you can save Hutmacher and Robinson, guys like that, for the key snaps. Because Nebraska's starters were on the field a lot at the end of games last year, which is good. But I think to your point, Rick, you could kind of tell that those guys would get a little worn down, especially late in the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I'm worried about. I just want more. I want more in that area. I just really want them to just have somebody to come in and feel. I think there was lack there, and it was sometimes untrustworthy. I think some of the guys filled the Giffords and those guys behind filled in well when they needed to in order to maybe keep some of those gaps from opening as wide as they were. But yeah, that's where I look.
I'm going to go back to your defensive backfield comment as well here, because I'm curious to see that rover position. Who wins it, Isaac Gifford or Javen Wright? We saw some really good playmaking flashes. We saw some steadiness from Isaac Gifford. Does Nebraska want the higher floor or potentially the higher ceiling? I think it's kind of now or never for Javen Wright. If Isaac Gifford wins the job, does Javen Wright move to linebacker? Is there a role for him there? I mean, at his size, 6'5", 240, you can see him in a lot of different places there, I think, along that defense. So, yeah, I think you want to find him a home. But if you can use him in different ways, too, as a DIY, do-it-all kind of playmaker, that might not be a bad thing. I'm also curious to see the competition between, I think it really comes down to Malcolm Hartzog and then the FCS transfer Bly Hill at second cornerback. This coaching staff is on the Tommy Hill train. They like him. He definitely took a step up in production last year. Does Hartzog take a step forward? We talked about him a lot last year, just the inconsistencies, right? Kind of sophomore slump. Made some plays as a freshman, was okay as a sophomore, but more up and down. Is there steadiness there, or did Nebraska go get their guy in the transfer portal in Bly Hill? I think you're onto something with the speed, especially that Nebraska's going to face at the wide receiver position.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, that's a jump for him. I mean, we've seen guys that have made that jump, have made significant strides, and have shown themselves and proved themselves worthy of making it. We've seen that in guys like Samar Toure, and we've seen it happen. Now, I'll just say I don't know until we know.
Right.
I think the receiving core and their growth, which we'll talk about on the offensive side, I think in the spring it's going to be interesting to watch them, see how they're challenged. I think you'll know if some of the youth are dominating out there, then either we've got something or we've got something, a problem, Houston. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That's where we're going to probably know a little bit more. But I'm looking forward to some of those matchups that we're going to be able to see really soon.
I am too. We'll talk offense to lead off the 3:00 hour. I think there's a lot of interesting position battles on that side of the ball. We got the shootout to play.
Man, it's been a minute, huh?
It has been a minute. 402-464-5685. Call now if you want the $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. Justin, appreciate you tapping in on the YouTube stream. 37 is not the correct answer. Again, how many home runs did Shohei Ohtani hit last year for 4 tickets to the Omaha Supernovas on Saturday? But 402-464-5685. If you want to play the shootout with Strick and win $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. We'll play the game, wrap up hour 1 next.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
I'm inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
You never think cancer will happen to you. I smoked for over 40 years. My doctor recommended that I get annual lung cancer screening. They were able to catch my cancer at stage 1. It's never too late to quit. Even if you're still smoking, you need to ask your doctor about annual lung cancer screening. Just 30 minutes a year could save your life.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Introducing The Outlet by Sartor Heyman. The Outlet brings you luxurious Sartor Heyman quality jewelry at unbeatable prices. Shop our expansive inventory of overstocked merchandise and a vast estate collection that just hasn't found its home yet. This is your chance to own stunning designer jewelry at a fraction of the cost. Elevate your style at The Outlet by Sartor Heyman, where luxury and affordability meet. Downtown at 12th and O or online at sartorheyman.com.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Mosaic is a nonprofit, whole-person healthcare organization that embraces God's call and relentlessly pursues opportunities that empower people with diverse needs to live their best lives. Mosaic in Southeast Nebraska, serving Lincoln and Beatrice, would like to invite you to their monthly Discover the Possibilities tour events. Events are held on the third Wednesday of every month and are a great way to understand Mosaic's mission. To RSVP, please contact Melindy at 402-429-0088 or visit mosaicinfo.org/Southeast Nebraska.
It's time to play Shootout with Strick. Call now, 464-5685, to take your shot against Erick Strickland. Shootout with Strick. Brought to you by Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Time to play the game.
But we need a contestant. 402-464-5685. Want to give a big shout out to our friends at Buffalo Wings and Rings. Stricky, I don't want to speak for you. I know we have a good rapport, but I don't want to speak for you still. As fun as it was to be out, for you in Memphis and me in Corvallis, there's a little part of me that missed Buffalo Wings and Rings on Friday. Great day, great start to the weekend on Thursday.
Yeah.
Really appreciate the staff and all the service, but man, it would have been fun to hang out with everyone on Friday too.
Well, it sounded like the energy ramped up in the building, Austin. It sounded like they went to a whole nother level. And so that was something that I think was good to hear. You know, the folks came out, they showed up, they supported, and it was beautiful that we got a chance to interact. I hate that I wasn't able to be a little bit more interactive the day that I was there because we had the bad news bears. They showed up in Buffalo Wings and Rings, and we just got some bad news, and so we had to go into work it out mode, and we were able to get it done. So that was good, but the people were awesome. You know, those who support the ticket as far as doing business with the ticket and our different shows, they were there, and it was good to see some of them and shake hands and do that. So I'm excited, man, about the prospect of spring now popping up. Hopefully these trees will begin to fill in and it won't look like Sleepy Hollow anymore to me.
No kidding. It is bright and sunshiny, and hopefully it's a good day for Nick on the Honda of Lincoln hotline. Nick, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Great. You ready for your round of the shootout?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. Hold on the line. We'll give Strick his questions first, and then we will get to you. All right, Stricky, it's opening day. We had to do baseball, so here you go. 3, 2, and 1. He led Major League Baseball in slugging percentage last season. Aaron Judge or Shohei Ohtani?
Judge.
Is Ohtani. He led MLB in batting average last season. Freddie Freeman or Luis Arias?
Arias.
Yep. He led MLB in strikeouts by a pitcher last season. Garrett Cole or Spencer Strider?
Strider.
It was Strider. And which team won the most regular season games last year? Which team won
Baltimore
the most
Orioles.
regular season games?
Baltimore Orioles.
Won the most in the AL, but not in the league.
Oh!
The Atlanta Braves.
Mother
The
sucker.
Atlanta
I was about
Braves
to say
beat him by
them.
just a couple wins.
Dang it.
So close. That's 2 points for Stricky. Nick, 2 to tie, 3 or more to win. Are you ready for your shot?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, it starts here in 3, 2, and 1. He led Major League Baseball in on-base percentage last season. Ronald Acuna Jr. or Juan Soto?
Juan Soto.
It was Acuna. He led MLB in triples last season. Corbin Carroll or Bobby Witt Jr.?
Bobby Witt Jr.
It was Bobby. He led MLB in earned run average last season. Blake Snell or Sonny Gray?
Blake Snell.
It was Blake Snell. And which team won the fewest regular season games last year?
The Royals?
It was not the Royals.
The A's.
It was the A's, but you don't get a steal.
Yes, I get a steal.
No, you don't. We have never played with a steal.
Boo.
All right, so the game is tied up at 2 apiece. Nick, do you know the rules of the tiebreaker?
I do not.
Okay, here's what's going to happen. This question is going to be posed to Strick. He will answer the question with a number. You will go either over or under his number. Sound good?
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Here's the question, Strick. The New York Mets have the highest payroll in baseball this season. How many millions of dollars is the New York Mets opening day payroll?
$175 million.
Stricky says 175 million. Nick, over or under Strick's answer?
I'm going to go over. I think it's closer to 200 million.
Boom shakalaka. Finish him.
Give me a hell yeah.
You know what, Austin? I see how you do me. You throw that garbage question at me like that.
Try closer.
I see how you do it.
Try closer to $300 million.
Oh,
The
my
Mets,
God.
$301,731,074.
In the wrong
Just
sport.
on their 26-man roster, they have $208 million. Injured reserves, another 19. $64.5 million retained and $12 million in dead money. Nick, congratulations on the shootout win. Hold on the line. We'll get you $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. Thanks for playing today.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Stricky, a valiant effort, but $300 million
That's crazy.
for the Mets.
I mean, I knew the numbers were crazy. I just didn't know it was that crazy, Austin.
Yeah.
Good gosh.
No salary cap in baseball, Stricky.
Sheesh.
You played the wrong. No, you played
I
the right
did.
sport.
No,
but-
you might be right, my boy.
Just saying. Not saying, just saying. The Yankees are second, $293 million. And then there's a gap. Houston is in third at $237 million. $56 million difference between 2 and 3.
Wow. And who had more success?
Houston. By far. Yeah, by far, Rico. You're
Didn't
here
have
to
to
say
pay
that.
for it, but didn't have to pay as much for it, though. God.
Still paid, but
Maybe it's
not quite
inflation in New York or something. I don't know.
Probably.
What it is.
You played New York. Is it the pressure?
It's not the pressure. It's the good gosh. I mean, when I used to look at my check from when I was in Texas to when I was in New York, I was like, what happened? Like, what? Did Puff the Magic Dragon come in here and poof some of that away? I mean, what was going on? That's kind of how I felt. And then I started looking into it, and I was like, bridge tax, oil tax, highway tax. I mean, it was super taxation going on up there. And it didn't make me feel real good.
It was Puff the Magic Bureaucrat, not Puff the Magic Dragon.
Sheesh. And it's only gotten worse.
Yeah.
I mean, couldn't even imagine.
Yes, Dad, the Mets salary number does include Bobby Bonilla, and Ryan in Nashville brought that up as well. So yes, that's I believe goes in the retained money. So yeah, Bobby Bonilla is still on the Mets payroll, which is always and forever hilarious. He's Strick. I'm Austin. Congrats to Nick on the win on the shootout. Still looking for the right answer of home runs hit by Shohei Ohtani last year. 4 tickets to the Omaha Supernovas could be yours. We'll ask another question in hour number 2. 4 tickets to Saturday's game at 6 o'clock, I believe. When we get back, though, Husker football offense spring headlines. We feel pretty good about the defense, but the offense, a lot of questions, not a great output last year. What are the biggest storylines for that unit as we enter spring practice? We'll answer that question, answer yours as well when we get into hour 2 of On the Block.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
If you're looking for a pre-owned tractor to upgrade your operation this year, you'll find a wide selection at your local Landmark Implement. We'll work with you to find the right equipment for your needs at a price that's right for you, all backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. During the month of March, choose from a 6-month interest waiver or 4.5% fixed rate for up to 60 months on used 6M and R, 7R, 8R, or 9R tractors with approved credit. Visit landmarkimp.com to see our complete inventory or stop by your local Landmark location today and experience the Landmark difference.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpets.
1732 O Street, family owned and operated, always the best value.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations. Guess what?
What?
There's 5 Lincoln locations now. Oh my gosh. That's 25% more Lincoln locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11th, located right alongside 93.7 The Ticket Studios, 1040 O Street.
Introducing The Outlet by Sartor Heyman. The Outlet brings you luxurious Sartor Heyman quality jewelry at unbeatable prices. Shop our expansive inventory of overstocked merchandise and a vast estate collection that just hasn't found its home yet. This is your chance to own stunning designer jewelry at a fraction of the cost. Elevate your style at The Outlet by Sartor Heyman, where luxury and affordability meet. Downtown at 12th and O or online at sartorheyman.com.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
High schoolers, unleash your creativity and learn about potential careers in broadcasting at the Digital Expressions Media Camp. Have fun, make friends, and get hands-on experience with video and radio production June 9th through the 14th at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Scholarships are available from the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and spots are limited. Learn more at digitalexpressionscamp.com. That's digitalexpressionscamp.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Old School with DP and J.
So I knew that it was a crapshoot with the grown-up professionals at the highest level. Who's going to bet? I don't know whether the starting center's girlfriend broke up with him, whether his parents have groceries that week. I don't know whether his roommate and him had a fight. So why would I want to bet on that?
93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hello. Believe it or not, old phones are one of the most common pain points in offices today. Many of these phones are beyond repair because parts aren't available to fix outdated devices. Whether it's a traditional phone system or cloud-based VoIP technology, Hamilton Business Phones can help upgrade your connection. We make it easy to sync your office phone with your cell for seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you deserve better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Sip, we had dinner that night.
Yeah, you did seem a little rattled. Not terribly, but a little.
So he doesn't relax very well.
No.
He does. Jake's not very relaxed.
This did come up during the game when things weren't going well. I'm in agony. It's like watching yourself die.
That's what it felt like. That was during the game.
During the game, I have the text,
it felt
right?
like
Circle.
Yeah, it felt like watching yourself die in that arena, basically. Nebraska gave up 98 points. Should have been 120, essentially, but they gave up 98 points.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Erick Strickland.
Strickland for three. You're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by NIPCO. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Hour 2 of the show comes right here from 1040 O Street. If you need a little afternoon pick-me-up, come swing by the mill here on 11th and O. Say hi to Luke. He's up there running the front. Get yourself a nice cup of coffee. Stricky, you got your white mocha today again?
I did. I hit it up. I needed it. It was good to go. But the beautiful thing about it is they also have Thirsty Thursday, good brew, good wine. You don't have to come over just to get a coffee.
You do not.
You can come over and sit outside, put your foot, especially a beautiful day like today, Austin, because we got outside seating now.
We do. Patio. You can see us from there. We can see you from there.
You can go sit outside, cross your legs, get your computer out, have your glass of wine right here on 10th and O.
You sure can. Stop by, see us.
11th and O.
Yeah.
11th and O.
11th and O, 1040.
Yeah.
It all works.
1040, 11th and O.
If you can't find us, it's on you at this point. If you haven't been down here, please make sure you stop by. We'd love to see you, shake your hand, say hi and all that. YouTube stream. Where's the Royals game? You guys are supposed to be having the Royals game on the radio. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Not today. We're getting the logs finalized and worked out, but we are again carrying the Kansas City Royals. And that's wonderful. You know, they're going to be a playoff team. I've changed my predictions in the last hour, Strick.
Yeah.
The Royals are not just going to win the division, not just going to, pass the wild card and go straight from worst to first. This is a World Series caliber team. They're making it there. Here we go.
You feeling it?
I'm feeling it.
Well, let's get it. Let's get it.
I don't know if I actually believe that, but I want to believe that. So, yeah, stay tuned for the Royals here on the radio. We will definitely be bringing you those games later throughout the spring and the summer. Let's dive back into Husker football. Straight as we thank Nebco for sponsoring our show. Visit nebcoinc.com. Really appreciate them and their sponsorship if you're looking to start your new career. Nebraska looking to start a new bowl streak. Defense wasn't so much the problem last year. It was a top 15 unit most of the year, top 20 in a lot of categories as well. Strick, the questions came on offense, where Nebraska cycled through 3 starting quarterbacks, and Matt Rule said today they need 3 starting quarterbacks on the roster. I wouldn't say Nebraska has 3 starting quarterbacks on the roster right now. They have one with college starting experience in Heinrich Harburg, and then the 2 freshmen, your boy, Danny Kalin from Bellevue West, and of course, Dylan Raiola, the prized top overall recruit. How do you feel about the quarterback room going into this year? Better than you did going into last year? Do you think it's going to be a step up? Is it a room that needs patience? Your thoughts on the quarterback room?
Well, I will say I think it was an improvement, because I can tell you this, we don't know to the extent of what Dylan Raiola will do, because we know the speed of the game is going to pick up. We know that obviously the physical part of the game is going to pick up. We know that the line did better, but still was a little bit so there's still some variables still out there that we still need to put our eyes on. But I can tell you one thing, I think his accuracy is going to be better. I think he's got some more weapons that younger group, that speed group, they're going to get better. I think they understood getting what Rule did towards the end of the season and really just throwing them out there to the wolves and letting them get that experience and just be able to get that taste. I think they've got a chance to look at film, realize what they need to work on, how they need to get better. and then come out in the spring and hopefully be able to compete at a higher level with some of the transfers that are coming in. And then we got to assess what the transfers are going to be. I mean, are they coming in? Is it a Troy Palmer type situation where we're going to really find a diamond in the rough? Or is it just a situation we're going to get good veteran, receiver like we had with
Teray?
No, that came from Texas.
Nayor or Washington?
Washington.
Yeah.
Just a good solid guy. Wasn't going to blow the doors off of you, just a solid possession type of guy. He was smart, knew how to run good routes. Just injuries hurt him. He just wasn't able to stay healthy. So we still have a lot of variables to take a look at, but we'll see.
The offensive line intrigues me. You have some older returning pieces, which is big. Ben Scott back at center. Bryce Benhart played by far the best football of his career last year. Now, is that saying a lot? Not necessarily, but maybe there's another step forward in him. You get both Corcoran and Prohaska back. Again, major mixed bag from both of those two guys.
Yeah.
So I think, Strick, we talked about yesterday with Kentucky basketball combining the young with the old, the fresh with the experienced. I think that's what you're going to get from this Husker football offensive line, where you have your center pretty much, locked down in Ben Scott.
Yeah.
Bryce Benhart, I think, walks into the year as the starting right tackle. You can try Prohaska out at left tackle again. I think you kick Corcoran inside the guard. I still think that's his best position. And then you're breaking in really one new starter, and that's at right guard. Or if you like Corcoran at tackle still and you're breaking in two new guards, okay, does Justin Evans-Jenkins, who played some at center last year, but also played quite a bit of guard toward the end of the year, does he step up there? Is a Gunnar Gatula ready? A Sam Sledge? These are guys that got some pretty good reviews last year in spring ball. The offensive line was better for Nebraska last year. I wouldn't say it was a full-on bright spot, but I like the mix of experience and youthful energy that I think this Nebraska offensive line can throw out there this year.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can't really add on to that, but I just know it's a variable. I don't know who's going to be, and that's the thing. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. We do know that the centerpieces are there.
Right.
Literally.
Yeah.
The pieces are there. We know that there was improvement there. Is it going to be a continual improvement, or is it going to be a regression? Is it going to be still trying to early on figure out some areas that some shiftings need to be done? Because your two main variables is what's the stability like up front? What's the young quarterback going to be able to do with the adjustments that need to be made? Huge step up to a superpower conference. The addition of working with new guys that you hadn't had an opportunity to do so with, but now you are kind of probably in this process. You're probably getting together. You're probably, if you're worth your salt and you're a quarterback, you're wanting to say, hey, yo, you calling up your boys. Hey man, let's get out here and, let's do a little something, let's go out. That's the type of leadership you would hope is going on, just on your own without the coaches, that you're just kind of working on things, just timing and getting a feel for what they like and where they like it. And you know what I'm saying? You're hoping that leadership's taking place. I mean, it's very similar to what we used to do back in the day. We would get guys together. A lot of us would stay in town. We'd get guys together and we say, yo, we're going to go get some bump. We're going to go down here. We're going to work on some things, and we get a nice group of us and go down and do so. You hope that that's happening.
And it sounds like it is. I mean, those two variables, the quarterback and the offensive line, go hand in hand, especially with a young quarterback facing the speed of, the college game for either his second go round, if you're Heinrich Harburg, or the first go round, for whether it's Kalen or Raiola. The offensive line has to be good, for Nebraska's quarterbacks, I think, to have a shot at getting comfortable, especially this young. And that's where, again, those two absolutely go hand in hand. But that leadership you're talking about, Strick, it sounds like Dylan Raiola is, if not the first, among the first guys in the building every day, throwing more routes, getting more passes in the air. And he's doing that as a freshman. If it's a 10:30 workout, I mean, supposedly he's there at 6, getting ready, getting stretched, warmed up, and then throwing to his receivers. It's a little thing that I think you expect from all your quarterbacks, to be the first one or first ones in the building. But I think it makes sense that Dylan Raiola would do that, right? I'm not surprised to hear it because he's grown up around that sort of NFL pedigree and should have an idea of what it takes, where it's not a credit to him that he's doing it. it's the baseline expectation.
I mean, again, he came here. He has a vision. He has a goal. He speaks about legacy. All of those things that you're talking about, that's going to require you. That's going to require work that goes beyond just the norm. And so if that's the word that's going out there and it seems to be that it is, yeah, let's go. Let's go. I mean, then I would have I just don't want the expectations to be put on him that go beyond just the growth of what any other person would go through, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be mistakes. There's going to be hiccups.
Mm-hmm.
There are going to be interceptions thrown. But what is the bounce back? What is the learning curve? What is the adjustments that are made, during this process of his growth? Every quarterback needs, it's very rare that you have, that type of freshman success. And when you do, it's very rare that it's sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you may jump out on the scene. Nobody knows you. Nobody really sees you. They haven't really got a lot of tape on you. Then they get a tape on you. And then your sophomore year is when they call sophomore slumps or whatever. Then then you got to readjust and you got to come back with something fresh and new. You got to come back with some, that you learned. Oh, I seen you sneaking before. I watched that tape. I know you're over there. But I'm not going to let you know I know, but I got something waiting for you. Then you start getting those type of you caught me last year coming off the edge. I missed you, but I see you. I remember this. And then you start seeing that type of growth. That's what you hope to have by your junior year. And then by your senior year, you're just like, you're able to just move and pick and see and observe and adjust and audible. And now you're in control.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're hoping if he doesn't leave, if he's good enough to bounce.
Well, even if he does just stay at Nebraska for 3 years through his junior year, that's enough time to leave an impact, to make a mark. And that's enough time to see growth. But Strick, I think if you look back through the last, decade plus of starting quarterbacks for Nebraska, what we saw from them as a freshman is very similar to what we saw as a senior. Taylor Martinez did not get better. Tommy Armstrong, maybe a little bit. Adrian Martinez didn't get better.
Yeah.
Weird circumstances in there. But Nebraska needs to change that, where if you're going to start a freshman quarterback, okay, I don't love it. Like I'd rather have had, a bridge guy for a year, let a quarterback sit, develop, learn, and then get on the field. But if you're going to start a freshman quarterback, fine. You do your best to surround him with weapons and with, an offensive line to protect him in a run game that we'll get to here in a second. But Glenn Thomas's job, Marcus Satterfield's job, is to get these quarterbacks better. All three of them. Even if Dylan Raiola is the only one of those guys that sees the field this year for some reason. Daniel Kalen still has to be a better quarterback in 2 years than he is this year. Heinrich Haarberg, his first offseason, really truly working fully as a quarterback, second maybe, has to be a better quarterback this year than he was last year. So often, Nebraska's quarterbacks have plateaued. So even if the other position groups are getting better, you don't see it because the quarterback's the same player.
Is that something you want me to answer? That's you basically are. That was a great addition to what I was saying. Yeah, I mean, there's no rebuttal to that. They have not done so, and you said it yourself. They have to change it. So what is Rule done? I think Rule has come in and hasn't just assessed what they need to do, how they need to get better, how they need to coach, what you learned from last year, your first year on campus. What type of recruits for the style? What new do we need to, how do we need to prepare for the new additions that are coming into the conference? I think he's done more than that. I actually think he's went back and assessed history. I think he's went back and looked at what you just said. I think he's went back and looked at what happened with the Frost. Why did it not happen? I think he's that good. I mean, I think he's just really that in tune. And so I can see him as to why he then hired the new quarterback coach.
Glenn Thomas, yep.
Right? Because I think he saw it. He saw it by way of pass. I think he also saw it by way of Haarberg and what he had there, Purdy. And because Purdy had been here, you would have wished he would have gotten what he got from his brother, but he'd been here and it was the same.
Well, speaking of his brother, I mean, that's what happened to Brock in the NFL, was he came on the scene, played those last 6 games, The NFL didn't have film on him. They didn't know how to defend him, what the 49ers like to do with him. He was still really good last year, but it took him a little time to grow into that, right? But he did grow, and he did adjust. We haven't always seen that from Nebraska quarterbacks. So, no, we're not asking for Brock Purdy at Nebraska, but that similar sort of growth curve is fair, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I think that's why I can continuously say that I like what Rhule's doing because I'm seeing that happen. I'm seeing even the same thing with a lot of the coaching staffs. I'm seeing it with Fred Hoiberg. You're seeing that they're truly doing self-assessments that we talked about on yesterday.
A quick Royals update. I know we have some Royals fans waiting for us to get the games on. Don't worry, they're coming. We will carry the Royals again this year. Royce Lewis hits a solo home run with 2 outs in the top of the first inning for the Twins. But Maikel Garcia responds. First batter of the Royals season. He goes yard. The game's tied at 1-1. I didn't get a lot of time to talk about my personal Maikel Garcia hype train. I know I'm not alone on it, but Maikel's going to be a stud. He's absolutely going to be fantastic. John and Cortland, appreciate you chiming in here as well. Let's take a break and come back to talk a little more Husker football because they added some interesting transfers in the wide receiver room, in the running back room. How do those two positions work with the quarterback position? How do they support the quarterback position? We want to get into that because I think it's a really interesting conversation to have. He's Strick. I'm Austin. This is On the Block. We'll talk Husker football. Skill positions next.
Mosaic is a nonprofit, whole-person healthcare organization that embraces God's call and relentlessly pursues opportunities that empower people with diverse needs to live their best lives. Mosaic in Southeast Nebraska, serving Lincoln and Beatrice, would like to invite you to their monthly Discover the Possibilities tour events. Events are held on the third Wednesday of every month and are a great way to understand Mosaic's mission. To RSVP, please contact Melindy at 402-429-0088 or visit mosaicinfo.org/Southeast Nebraska. Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Ready to upgrade your combine in 2024? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help you find the right combine to fit your operations needs. Choose from 4.9% for up to 60 months or a 12-month interest waiver, followed by John Deere financial rates with approved credit through the end of March. When you purchase a pre-owned S or X Series combine from Landmark, know you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running. View our current inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Introducing The Outlet by Sartor Heyman. The Outlet brings you luxurious Sartor Heyman quality jewelry at unbeatable prices. Shop our expansive inventory of overstocked merchandise and a vast estate collection that just hasn't found its home yet. This is your chance to own stunning designer jewelry at a fraction of the cost. Elevate your style at The Outlet by Sartor Heyman, where luxury and affordability meet. Downtown at 12th and O or online at sartorheyman.com.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone back with the latest update from Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, your new car selection keeps getting better and better every month. Can you tell our listeners all about it?
You know, it sure is, Charlie. It's great that our customers can come in, pick out a new Honda, and drive away with it that day.
How many new Hondas do you have in stock?
Well, right now we have just about 100 in stock.
Hey, I hear you've won some very important awards in your service department. Tell us about them.
Well, the first one is we won the award for the first fixed award. So the cars are actually fixed on the very first time they're brought in. Second award is our Customer Service Experience Award. And then our third award is our Honda Express Service Elite. And we rank the best in quality and customer satisfaction.
Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online online at prg-ne.com.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197. Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Hello. Believe it or not, old phones are one of the most common pain points in offices today. Many of these phones are beyond repair because parts aren't available to fix outdated devices. Whether it's a traditional phone system or cloud-based VoIP technology, Hamilton Business Phones can help upgrade your connection. We make it easy to sync your office phone with your cell for seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you deserve better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
You never think cancer will happen to you. I smoked for over 40 years. My doctor recommended that I get annual lung cancer screening. They were able to catch my cancer at stage 1. It's never too late to quit. Even if you're still smoking, you need to ask your doctor about annual lung cancer screening. Just 30 minutes a year could save your life.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back on the block for Omaha's Supernovas tickets to the first person on the text line, 402-464-5685, who can tell us the answer to Nebraska's leading rusher last season and Nebraska's leading receiver last season. 4 tickets per person per answer. We're looking at those two positions right now. We're looking at the running back and the wide receiver. And Strick, I think wide receiver is the simpler one to talk about here. 2 big transfers for Nebraska. Isaiah Nayor from Texas by way of, started at Wyoming, went to Texas, didn't play that much, and now he's at Nebraska. And then Jamal Banks out of Wake Forest. Jamal Banks is one, Strick, that has really taken on a leadership role. We've heard Matt Rule talk about him, how well he's fit in from the jump. And it seems like, for all the issues with Nebraska's program, you can trace a pretty good line back through each of the last, 4 or 5 years and see a solid, productive transfer receiver. I don't know why it keeps working out that way for Nebraska, but you got to give the program credit for that at least.
Yeah, they've seemed to find him. And again, they haven't been like what's his name from USC? Jordan
Addison.
Right? They haven't been like Jordan Addison, where they've come with accolades. They've come with intangibles. They've come with a toolbox. They've come with something like a hammer and nails. Like they've come ready with their tool belt, and they're ready to go to work. And they have something that they can offer, right? But you just don't know how it's going to pan out. Like no one could have foreseen what Trey Palmer was.
6th string wide receiver,
right?
At LSU.
At LSU. But had something in the toolbox to work with. Came with his tool belt and got to work. Was blessed to have a good coach that understood, and there was great rapport there. So that was something that was important. That's the thing that I think is a sweet recipe for Nebraska. I think it's something that they have to embrace, Austin, because they're not going to be able to land, and they were blessed to land the top, 5-star quarterback recruit. That's, that was a blessing that you was able to do that and get him to, commit after he's, was committed to
Ohio State and then
Georgia, right? So that's a blessing. But we just don't know how they're going to pan. Now we know they've got some intangibles. We know they're there. But boy, oh boy, you're hoping that you hit the jackpot. Y'all, some of y'all listening, y'all done went down to Harrah's and you done set up them penny slots and or them 5-cent slots, and you've been sitting there pulling, and then you get up and go to the bathroom, and then the next thing you know, you come back and the ringer's going out, ding, 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 ding. And you're like, wait a minute, I just went to the bathroom and somebody sat down and they hit.
Mine now.
Yeah. That's what you hoping happens for Nebraska. Was they trash, went to the bathroom, dumped on the situation that they and came back, and Nebraska's the one sitting at the table with their Nebraska hat and their shirt when their Herbie hat on or whatever, and they freaking hit. That's what you're hoping happens for Nebraska.
Pretty much. We do have one correct answer. Heinrich Harburg was the leading rusher for Nebraska football last year, so 32-13.
Good call.
We'll get you 4 tickets. Still looking for the leading receiver. We have a guess of Jalen Lloyd, who had by far the highest average, reception length, 39.5 yards per reception. He did only catch, though, 6 passes for 237 yards. That was 3rd on the team. So there are 2 players that had more receiving yards than Jalen Lloyd last year. 402-464-5685. Get us that top answer, the top receiver by yards for Nebraska last season, and you get 4 tickets to the Omaha Supernovas. And while we're there, Strick, with Jalen Lloyd, who do you trust more for Nebraska this coming season? The 2 transfers in Nayor and Banks, or 2 of the returners in Coleman and Lloyd?
Well, I'm going to say it's a combination. 1 and 1.
Who are your picks?
1 and 1.
I'm holding you to him right now. Final. I'm kidding.
I think Banks is going to be a surprising. I think Nayor, if he stays healthy, can be solid. And I think Lloyd and
or Coleman. Malachi Coleman or Jalen Lloyd?
I think Malachi Coleman has more potential, but I think Lloyd may want it more. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
I think Lloyd has just maybe a little bit want to more. I think Coleman is probably the more gifted, but sometimes so I'm gonna really see what his heart is like this year with competition, and with, does he really want to go to another level, or does he want to kick in and what was that movie with Vin Diesel?
Fast and Furious?
Yeah. Does he want to be Fast and Furious? Is he willing to, hit the nitro? Is he willing to hit the nitro? Hit NOS.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he willing to hit the NOS to go to a whole another level? We're going to see.
I feel like Jalen Lloyd also might have a bit of an inside track, literally because of where he plays in the slot. Billy Kemp, we did get that answer from Drew and Lincoln. So Drew, send me your email address for the 4 tickets to the Supernovas game. He was Nebraska's leading receiver last year. Jalen Lloyd did a lot of his damage from the slot. I think he can be that vertical threat up the seam for Nebraska. That's going to be hard to put a cornerback on him. You can maybe start a safety with depth, but even that, I like Jalen Lloyd's ability to outrun those guys. So I think if you can have Banks on one sideline, either Coleman or Nayor on the other, and have, Jalen Lloyd as that slot guy to take the top off over the middle, I think that goes a long way for Nebraska. And while we're here, we should probably mention the pass catchers strict at tight end. Thomas Fidone didn't impress last year necessarily. He was there. I expected a little more from Nate Borkacher. I think Nebraska needs more from the tight ends overall. But someone out here has thrown out their prediction for, who was it? Where did I see it? Was it? Oh, yes. Virginia Pirate says, don't sleep on Demetrius Bell. He's a guy that redshirted for Nebraska last year. 6 foot tall, 175 pounds, out of Nashville. I went to McGavick High School. Two-way player, played DB and wide receiver. Had 702 receiving yards and 8 touchdowns as a senior. Also ran the ball for 274 yards and 2 touchdowns. Kind of a DIY player for his high school back in the day. 6 foot, 175. That again tells me slot. Maybe he fits that Billy Kemp role where you get him the ball over the middle and let him work after the catch. I'm curious to see how Nebraska uses him. But let's look at the running back position now, Strick. Gabe Ervin still on the team, but banged up. Emmett Johnson had a role last year. I think he deserves a crack at the starting job. I mean, even just today, Matt Rule in his press conference was talking about how, pound for pound, position by position, Emmett Johnson is one of the most athletic people on the team. Put that on display at the dunk contest that the football team did at halftime of one of Nebraska's basketball games. But the headliner to me is Dante Dowdell, the transfer from Oregon, the Mississippi native, who didn't get a whole lot of run at Oregon. Prototypical size, 6'2", 210, not the fastest, but fast enough. Not the strongest, but strong enough. To me, he's Nebraska's best shot for that do-it-all kind of workhorse bell cow. Hey, it's 3rd and 4 with 3 minutes to go. We want to be able to run the ball for a first down. They need to be able to turn and give Dante Dowdell the ball.
I don't have an answer because yes. I say yes to that. That's the way I feel about it. I just don't think we really had that. I mean, we still didn't really figure out where we wanted to go. But I think, we definitely need somebody who is capable at least of getting anywhere from 18 to 22 carries and making the meaningful carries. That we need to get back to that 4.5 average.
Yeah.
We can't be staying in the 2s and 3s. No, because if you want to dominate those newcomers, you want to be up there. That 4.5, 5. You want short chains. If you want to fight and beat and break down a Wisconsin, you're gonna have to do that because that's where normally they're either a good or they're bad. Iowa's normally good in their secondary, so you want to be able to open up doors and have options. If you got to force yourself just to have to throw the ball against Iowa, usually they're pretty strong there. Their rush game, and they're pretty strong in that aspect of their defense. So, you don't want to give the ball over to an Ohio State and let them just open up the cans on you and have their way. You want to be able to take some of that time off, keep them on their toes, not let them just get downhill on you. So yeah, I think it's important to have that, and we're going to see what he's able to provide.
Let me ask you this. How many yards per carry do you think Nebraska football averaged last year, rushing the football?
Right at about 4, maybe.
4.4.
Yeah.
They were in that range that you're looking at, but I don't know if it always felt like it because you didn't get a lot from the running backs, right? We mentioned Heinrich Harburg, the leading rusher for the team. He carried the ball 120 times for 477 yards, 4 yards per carry. Anthony Grant, 104 carries, 413 yards. Emmett Johnson, 90 carries, 411 yards. Gabe Ervin, 38 carries for 196 yards in just 3 games. Nebraska needs more production out of the running back position because you don't have that same rushing threat on the roster at quarterback. Yes, Heinrich Harburg's still there, But if Nebraska is still relying on Heinrich Harburg's legs to be the run game, this offense is way behind schedule.
There you go.
It can't happen.
But that's the thing. He's not that unless he overwhelms and overtakes the other guys.
Right.
I still think he should switch positions, but who am I? Just a regular
You're
guy.
Erick freaking Strickland. Is who
I think he should be just one of those. You don't want to miss out on using the athleticism that he brings, the physicalness that he brings. I think you want to use that. I think there's so many things you can do with him and what's his name that was down in the New Orleans
Taysom Hill?
Saints? Yes. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with a guy like that, with that kind of, you know, there's all kinds of jets to there's so, man, if you have athletes like that, I mean, I would love to create plays. It'd be fun to create plays for, you know, guys in situations and need downs and stuff like that. Man, I'd be over there having a ball in the play calling area.
Would you want to be the offensive coordinator or
No.
just an analyst?
Just analyst.
Just an analyst?
Yeah, no problem. I don't want the smoke.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't mind the smoke, but I don't want it. No, because I still think Satterfield is he needs some, you know, his creativity. He needs somebody to sit in there with him and work on the creative department, because I was telling you, just the basic guy watching and loves football, played football, but not to the levels of some of the other guys that I know, like Jay Foreman. But I will say, I'm looking at the game and I'm watching and I'm saying, we need more misdirections. We're too high. And if I'm a linebacker, I'm downhill reading everything y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing, if I'm a cornerback, I'm jumping all kinds of stuff. What you guys are doing, your route trees, there's no creativity. There's no misdirection. There's no get my eyes going one way. Everything for the defense seemed downhill, like to the spot. You know what I'm saying? It didn't seem like, oh, you know, like,
wait, you're over there.
Yeah, I got here, but oh no, wait a minute. It's going somewhere. I didn't see that at all. And that's what I think was probably most frustrating for me, especially because we didn't really have the accuracy. We didn't really have all the run game and all these different things that other teams probably had. We didn't have that.
That's where I'm curious to see if it is, let's say Dylan Raiola, for the intents and purposes of this conversation, is the starting quarterback. Can Nebraska trust his eye discipline and trust his maturity to run some more of that misdirection, action? Because I think if you look at that team last year, Strick, clearly it was a struggling offense. So I can understand the argument that you didn't want to do anything too exotic or too creative, because that would have been too much. It would have been disastrous. Not that Nebraska's offense was good, but until late in games, it at least generally avoided, the cataclysmic mistake. On the flip side of that is the argument that, okay, well, if you're not going to be good on offense, try something creative, right? How much worse can it get? Why don't you do something creative? And I get both sides of that. I don't think Marcus Satterfield, had all 52 cards in his deck, in the game. So I think to some degree he was limited, but I also don't know if that team is necessarily pushed to have some more of those creative concepts. Because even like you were talking about, your thing last year was the little option route for a running back, right? Get him one-on-one with a linebacker, tell him make the read, throw it to him in space, let it work. We didn't see a lot of that last year, and that shouldn't be too complicated for these guys, I wouldn't think.
Yeah, Austin. I mean, it was just lacking in creativity to me. So hopefully the new additions will be of help.
That is the goal. Jay Foreman in the building. We'll throw it to break, wrap up on the block, crossing over with Old School next. Spring is on its way. Are you prepared to keep the grass greener on your side? Blades Lawn and Landscape has a position opened at a homeowner association to their client list, with residential and commercial openings also. Transform your yard into a private oasis with the professional services offered by Blades Lawn and Landscape, including landscape walls and beds and a 5-step fertilizer program applied by a licensed professional. Call them today at 402-730-6320 or go to bladeslcc.com to schedule a free estimate on commercial or residential lawn services.
The Omaha Supernovas are back in action this Thursday, March 28th versus the Grand Rapids Rise at CHI Health Center in Omaha. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Derek Pearson and Renee Saunders starts at 6 p.m. with first serve at 7. Make sure to tune in to the next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Supernovas Radio Network.
Formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations. Guess what?
What?
There's 5 Lincoln locations now. Oh my gosh. That's 25% more Lincoln locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11th, located right alongside 93.7 The Ticket Studios, 1040 O Street.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Ready to upgrade your combine in 2024? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help you find the right combine to fit your operations needs. Choose from 4.9% for up to 60 months or a 12-month interest waiver, followed by John Deere financial rates with approved credit through the end of March. When you purchase a pre-owned S or X Series combine from Landmark, know you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running. View our current inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies to go along with mild temperatures. We'll see an afternoon high around 68. Tonight, partly cloudy skies expected with an overnight low around 44. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny skies and more mild temperatures with an afternoon high again around 68. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Simply at dinner that night.
Yeah, you did seem a little rattled, not terribly, but a little.
So he doesn't relax very well.
No.
He does. Jake's not very relaxed.
This did come up during the game when things weren't going well. I'm in agony. It's like watching yourself die.
That's what it felt like.
That was during the game. During the game, I have the text.
It felt like
Circle.
Yeah, it felt like watching yourself die in that arena, basically. Nebraska gave up 98 points. Should have been 120, essentially, but they give 98 points.
Early break with Zip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. The captain for Sean Jackson.
If I'm gonna watch a man run around, I want to see him run around in tights, in shoulder pads, in helmet, mouthpieces, and gritting their teeth, squinting their eyes. Some people closing their eyes and smashing into each other. That's what I want to see. That's football. That's football. That's football. Don't nobody want to see no we shall overcome type football. They want to see some rock'em sock'em hit you in the mouth football box. Exciting football.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're wrapping up On the Block with a crossover, bringing in half the old school crew. Jay Foreman alongside me, Austin Norman, and Erick Strickland. What up, Jay?
What's happening?
Oh, talking some Husker spring football. It took us till Thursday to get to Husker spring ball on this show.
Well, that's good because we just had the Husker basketball weekend, and then you had a whole bunch of other stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
We talked a little bit about all the different type of stuff, like with the basketball players going in the portal, big time players going in the portal, what it really means. And it comes down to it. I mean, the conclusion is this: look, they could be happy, mad, or sad, or in between. They still going to leave whenever they feel like it. I mean, that's just the crazy thing. I mean, you got the leading scorer at South Carolina. I mean, you the big fish in a very small pond as far as that program. And I'm sure if you had to try to re-up your NIL, I'm sure they'd want to keep you. And you say, I'm out of here.
It would have made sense if his coach left. I mean, Lamont Paris was in the running for a lot of jobs. There was rumors he was connected to Ohio State and then to Louisville.
But not,
Paris State.
Yeah.
He's not going anywhere. So what's the need for Michi Johnson to leave a team that got a 6 seed? He's the leading scorer for away.
Yeah, I mean, it's right. I don't think you're going to get more chances to, prove your NBA game. You know what I mean? So if you have weaknesses, I don't know if he, what his draft, stock is, you're going to get to work at him more readily. You correct me if I'm wrong, Strick, if you're in a position like that at South Carolina. You're already in a Power 5 conference, SEC, that's a really obviously good enough to have multiple teams at high seeds, whether it's Kentucky, whether it's Alabama,
Bama,
Tennessee, yourself. And you bouncing to the 40-ounce quick. So, I mean, I don't know if he already has his line in the water and has something on the hook, but I always hated to see that the portal is good if you need a better situation or just want to play, or if you just need to change the scenery because you had a couple mishaps. And there's always, people can always, do better. I just hate it to where there's a lot of people because, look, I'm a football player, Yes, I went to school. I did decent enough to school, and a couple times. I did not love school. Never have loved school. I mean, I'm not somebody that likes to sit at home and read books. I mean, I'm not going to sit up here and lie to anybody.
Playbooks or just books in general?
I love my playbook now. Okay. Now listen, that's one thing that I would do.
To sleep.
I did. I love to watch film and like the playbook. I just didn't like school. So I mean, I get it. But also the big part is education. It's not only the education is just not in the black and white or on the screen, whatever they're studying. It's the relationships. Like Strick's older than me, but we crossed over. It's the relationship. And you know what I mean? So let alone, even if me and Strick didn't play sports, say he was in, another fraternity or another group and we meet each other, that's how a lot of the people that you're going to do business with are people that you meet in college. A lot of people you're going to be friends with, granted,
or knew you in college. And what's crazy too, Jay, You could literally be walking on campus, sitting in class, at a bar, and the way you treat people, you just never know
who's watching,
who was watching, and who connected with you, that you was just authentic and genuine and all right with, that down the road ends up being at some level,
Right.
some corporation. That's why it's important.
Right. And that's the education, right?
Yeah.
It's the piece that we're, whether you call it networking or, 6 degrees of separation or whatever you want to dice it or, dress it up as. But, like that's just the advantage of being, on a college campus for more than a semester, more than a season, multiple seasons, laying your foundation down. Because I wonder if you could really, really look at
and establish relationships.
Yeah, because a lot of times you can establish a relationship with people that don't even know you based on how you handle yourself here. And say you get the itch to leave after like 2 seasons, like you redshirt, so you play a little bit in your redshirt freshman year, you get a little bit ahead of yourself, big-headed, and then maybe the coaches had a bigger role for you the next year, but you might not be to what you think. Then you go to another school, and even if it's role for role, well, then here comes, Lamont Smith, the 4-star, 5-star,
at your position,
can't miss prospect.
Mm-hmm.
Now that role that you had in year 3, 2 on the field is diminished to what you had on 1.
And you have to learn how to play with new teammates in a new system, in a new style,
and reestablish everything that you got to do.
And connections, and you don't know nobody, and yeah. But see, that's the thing they don't understand, Jay, about recruiting also. So it's like dating. I love you until you get on campus.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
No, it's not always.
Things are going to change a little bit.
It's going to change. So I could be recruiting you hard, but they got to understand that recruitment, it's on to the next one. If you decide that you don't come, yeah, I welcome you. Come on. But at the end of the day, they've still been chasing. They get them on campus too. So you've got to go and show and prove. Matter of fact, do extra.
Right.
More than what, if you would have stayed there, they know you. They know your skill set. They know what you're bringing.
They invested in you. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So you're saying that we're saying the same thing
different way. And this is also what these kids need to understand. The same coach is going to recruit you isn't going to be the same coach that's going to coach you.
Facts.
That's the difference. It's the same person, but it's different. I got to recruit you, but I got to coach you. And I think sometimes that's lost.
Good.
That's lost, I think. I think it's no different than, listen, I remember like yesterday when you get in your rookie mini camp. And it's more relaxed in the off season. Everybody's joking and, you're doing your thing. Man, when we hit training camp, hey, you bust the clue on. Clue was cover 2, so we ran. If we had 3 to the strong side, which would potentially be 4, but the fourth guy would have been the running back or offset back.
You do love your playbook.
Still remember that we'd have a hand signal, but boy, you bust that like in many. Oh man, come on, knucklehead, come on, Rook.
Yeah,
Rook, you got that. Hey, listen.
Same thing in basketball.
Hey,
we running sets, and if you don't run the guys in front of you are running the set. How do you get out here and not run it? Like,
listen,
come on.
When I tell you, my man Ted Cottrell, who he always hook us up with, like when we watch tape, we get pizza and wings. You know what I mean? When I tell you, we was down at St. John's Fisher, my man looked at me over there, and it was hot. It was so, I would say Ted got so hot his visor was sweating.
Yeah.
My brother, because he did like his chicken. You know what I mean? Kentucky Fried Chicken. When I tell you, man, he's like, what this and this. I thought you was smart from Nebraska. Blankety blank, blank, blank.
Yeah.
Then threw the hat down. Dang. I was like, oh, who's this?
Oh,
right? Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah, boy. But that's like getting recruited, and then that's the difference, and that's what you have to expect and deal with, and it takes some kids a little bit longer to deal with it and come to terms with it. And as long as it comes from a good place, as far as when you're getting coached, I think it's all worth it.
Let's pause 10 quick seconds for station ID here on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Let's switch gears to the NBA here really quick. We have about 5 minutes or so. Your boy, Strick, I'll call him your boy for the purpose of this conversation. Draymond set a new career high in ejections. Got ejected for the 4th time this season, and he did it in less than 4 minutes. How about that?
Yeah.
Even after therapy.
And they weren't happy.
No.
And your boy Steph, he just looked dejected. Yeah, he looked dejected. And
that hit him with the night all the way down the court later.
When he came in, but he held it down because I think he's more dejected because we're 10 games away from it all being over. And they're so close.
The Houston Rockets, boy.
They coming.
Yeah.
Hey, humming, coming at you. Like they coming.
Yeah.
And that's why he's so dejected because you're literally putting us potentially in jeopardy of missing. Mm-hmm. We need you. Like we need you, bro. Like you're letting us down. So I think that's where the dejection came from.
Yeah, I think it's also one of his best friends and teammates and something. I mean, look, they got a lot of love for each other. They all kind of came up together. Those three, by the way of Mark Jackson, and then obviously Steve Kerr, they're all going to the Hall of Fame together. And they never, all three of them weren't projected to be that when they got drafted. And so they've been through a lot. They've achieved a lot. They're not too far off than winning the championship, right? Obviously. Mm-hmm. And it's one of your best friends just purposely letting you down. I listened to Draymond, and he said the first one he deserved. Then he tried to say what he wanted to say, and he said he didn't turn far enough. You 4 minutes into the game. I don't know what call could have got you that heated anyway.
Right.
Like you still, like them NBA cats just be getting warmed up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you were playing, I think, was it Memphis?
Yeah.
It was Orlando.
Oh, no. LA was playing Memphis.
Yeah, that's right. And so it
was Orlando.
It's
like, what do you have against Orlando?
Well, listen, you go down to Orlando tripping, they'll run you up out the gym too. So, I mean, I think, but Draymond got that new contract, so but they still can get rid of you. Draymond's hard to understand because I used to get frustrated the same way, and I listened to Rasheed Wallace talk about this, and he talked about some refs had favorites.
She's the only guy with more regular season ejections than Draymond, by the way.
And you would see Rasheed argue every call, but then with the whole Tim Donaghy thing, and so what he has said or was saying while he was playing is true. But there'd be some calls where Rasheed would clearly fouling, and you at the free throw line arguing, and I'm like, bro, you just hammer time this dude.
That part,
right? Like,
she'd ever get you, Stricky?
No.
Nice.
So
you ever get Sheed?
No. We just battle.
Okay.
Hey, that's what I want to ask you, man.
She talks a lot, but he didn't really go at me crazy.
Who did you did you ever who'd you jump on anybody's head? Who you dunk on anybody?
Jesus Shuttlesworth.
I've got
Ray Allen?
I caught him.
Woo, you got Ray Allen?
I caught him body to body. It was in the exhibition game up in at Madison.
But what'd you do though?
At Wisconsin. It was at the University of Wisconsin.
Dang.
What'd you do to him? Did you
so
flex
what happened was
hum. Did you flex on him afterwards?
So I did actually. So what happened was I got a steal on the wing. Like tipped it, got it, and I'm on the wing and I'm kind of free. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna go lay it up because in the league, Jay, for me, I've got to a point where the layup is the same as the dunk. So I gotta guard this mug.
Yeah.
I gotta chase him. So let me save my energy. So I was just the layup king, right? But I looked over. So think about it. I'm on the left-hand side.
Yeah. Dominant hand.
And the old school Stricky, the old school high school and college Stricky came out. I looked over and he was coming, like sprinting.
Yeah.
I said, oh, he gonna try to get it.
Yeah.
And so I went and I came from the side, leaned in.
Oh, do you hang time on it?
Leaned in with the right and boom, and body to body and one. And I wish I had the VHS tape. It wasn't It wasn't
Yeah,
no
yeah,
digital.
yeah.
It was VHS. I
Dang,
wish I
Ray
could
Allen.
find it. But yeah, Body to Body and one, and Mike Finley went nuts because we was in Wisconsin. So
Yeah, he was
Mike-
already turned
Mike,
up. Right,
Mike
right.
went nuts. Yeah, we went crazy on that one. So yeah, that was the Body by. I actually
I
got
can't
Dirk in
believe I-
practice too.
Yeah, I can't believe I-
Baseline.
Well, Dirk was soft.
I did Dirk on in practice like if you remember Baron Davis when
Oh,
he
and Kirilenko?
when he did Kirilenko?
No.
It was
With
like
the
that.
back brace
It
on?
was like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's how I got Dirk in practice.
Yeah, people don't
Now I
understand.
would do it in practice, but in
Yeah.
the games I really didn't go up and try to.
Yeah, I can't believe as long as I've known you, I've never asked you that before, and I was just thinking about it just because I was listening to some stuff about LeBron when he had to send the Celtics home and stuff like that, and you were talking when
Jason Terry.
Ooh,
That got.
and they were talking about what got into LeBron, and they were talking about KG and Paul. So it was just talking about getting dunked on.
I got dunked on one time.
By who? Can we say
freaking Stevie Francis?
But see,
Steve Francis got you.
listen,
I tried to
Really?
take a charge.
Okay.
I stepped out the restricted area and he was in the air. I said, "Oh
Listen.
Lord."
Hey, Steve Francis, when he was right,
Yeah,
was an explosive guard coming down that middle of the lane.
he was in Orlando at that time.
Yeah, that was probably the early Orlando.
Early,
Yeah,
Orlando.
he was
Early.
a Magic
still,
man.
when he was still
Yeah,
when
he
he
still
still
was
right.
fresh.
Listen, he would punch on people like no other because him and Baron Davis were getting people left and right.
Yeah,
because they was the thing about Baron Davis and Steve Francis, they were thick though. You know what I mean? Especially Baron Davis.
Baron was
Baron
definitely
looked like he was
bowling
in.
ball.
Baron would look like he was in his first trimester.
Baron looked like Zion.
Hey, Baron had the body. Baron had the body of Mr. Otis, right? He had the belly going on, but he still had a six pack. Then he was like yoked up, and then he had that high booty on him too. And then the best part about Baron Davis, he wore them long knee braces, right? So he just looked like he had every part covered. Like, and then he wore the waist trainer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Baron Davis, boy. Ooh.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
What we got on old school, Jay?
We'll talk a little spring football. I want to talk about Jim Harbaugh. I think he had one of the best statements out, oddly enough, weirdly enough, one of the best statements out there when he talked about building a football team. Let's see what the text line thinks about that, man.
There we go. And hey, right behind Stricky, what we got? We got Uncle Kev.
There
Back in
he
the
is.
building.
Yes.
Stricky's
Look at that
ready.
look at that face.
Lit
though.
up. Look at that face. Look at that face right there. Look
Because
at that face.
hey, Austin, he had forgot that you told him. That's the
No,
best part.
I ran it past him earlier,
okay.
so he's just extra hyped. So stick around. Thursday leads off old school for
Mr.
Strick. I'm
Burns.
Austin. We're back with you on the other side.
Excellent.